Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me start. Keith Jones, father of Gordon Jones, and I spent several hours together in recent weeks traveling back to Louisiana. And a quote that he said, he said, when Michelle tells her boys about their dad, she's not going to show them a pay stub. She'll tell them how much their father loved them. I want to say how offensive it is when the law recognizes only pecuniary loss in cases like these, 11 deaths. Please believe me, no amount of money can ever compensate us for Gordon's death. We know that, but this is the only means available to begin to make things right and to make them right for Michelle and the two boys. Mr. Speaker, 11 men died in the explosion aboard the Deepwater Horizon oil rig, and as 90-year-old law stands right now, the families that lost their loved ones cannot hold these responsibles accountable for the harm they have caused them. I have met with the family members of those workers, and I've seen the pain on their faces. While we cannot relieve these families from the unimaginable grief they will go through for the rest of their lives, losing a husband, a father, a brother, a son, we fix a law that's clearly outdated and wrong. When it comes to compensating victims' families, current laws are inconsistent, lack and encourage companies to take risks, gambling with the lives of workers throughout the process. Today we have the opportunity to change those laws, and the Spill Act does exactly that. This bill amends the Death on the High Seas Act and the Jones Act so that the surviving relatives can recover some measure of compensation for the loss they have suffered. It is impossible to replace a husband or a father. Another 30 seconds if I could. 1 minute would be fine. But just compensation is absolutely necessary to help these families pay their house notes, put food on the table, educate the children, and live a decent life. We know that current law encourages risky behavior. We've seen through the ongoing investigations into the Horizon disaster that BP chose to ignore safety concerns about the volatility of their well. As a result, hardworking men lost their lives, and we have the worst environmental disaster in our nation's history in the Gulf of Mexico. We can't let current law stand. Congress must act now so that we encourage safe operating policies and hold companies accountable to the highest standard of workplace safety. I want to thank Chairman Conyers and the Judiciary Committee for working so swiftly to fix this law, and I urge all of my colleagues to side with the victims' families and not the irresponsible corporations. I urge a yes vote, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Government yields back. John from